Welcome back. Virginia Public School, Thomas Jefferson High School has been in hot water for the last few months for withholding National Student Merit Award scholarships in this push for equity. Now, new documents showing the Fairfax County School has received over $1 million in funding from Chinese parties since 2014. Joining us now is Parents Defending Education President and founder Nicole Neily. Nicole, always great to have you and to talk to you. So let's just start with the facts first, because you obtained the documents, you went through them. What did you find?
Sure. As you said, we found over the course of many years, this public high school, America's #1 magnet school in the country, internationally renowned for its STEM program, has been receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars, totaling over $1 million from Chinese Communist Party-linked entities, including Sherwood Holdings, the Amundsen Foundation, and Tsinghua University, which our government, as well as many other governments, has identified as being closely linked to the Chinese military.
Right. And this was a school that was trying to take away programs that distinguish between students, that would encourage them to excel, that was trying to sort of break down and slowly erode the system, if you will. I'm wondering, should parents be concerned about this? Because I would be concerned thinking about China having a hand in my direct public school.
Absolutely. They should be concerned on a number of levels. First, that they basically took and replicated this model overseas. There are now schools across China that have this Thomas Jefferson model, and now we see TJ being mired in wars over equity. And so now we have TJ unable to compete on a global stage against its competitors in China. That's one worry. Another concern is that students at TJ actually participated in a number of mentorship programs with a number of federal agencies, such as the Defense Department, the State Department, and the Chinese government had access to all of that student research through this because of the funding that they had. And so what information went overseas as a result of this funding? He who pays the piper calls the tune.
Do we have any sense of how this actually works transactionally between the Chinese government and the school? Is there anybody at the school that could be held accountable as a result of this? Do we know or have a sense of how the funds were used, the $1 million?
It's a great question. We looked, and we actually were unable to find 990s for the TJ Partnership Fund going back or any later than 2019. And so that's certainly a place to start looking into. As far as I'm aware, the Fairfax County Public Schools has not answered any questions about this. But TJ is also a governor's school. And so this is something that the state of Virginia should be looking into, and we hope that they do.
Yeah, and this has been just a huge theme with respect to the data here in the United States, how the Chinese may be accessing it. We're talking about these potential spy cranes across the country. We shot down the spy balloon as well. We have the TikTok conversation on. And of course, TikTok is something that a lot of young people really like to use. I want to switch gears for a moment, though, and just speak to you a little bit more globally about what's been going on, because the teachers union boss, Randi Weingarten, we all know her, she writes a tweet and she's criticizing Ron DeSantis. And, essentially she misspelled the word expanding. She accuses him of defunding, but she doesn't necessarily say what he was defunding. It's all riddled with errors there, as you can see on your screen. Your thoughts on the public school system in this country, where we stand right now, especially in respect, and in the context of competing with China. Many parents feel that their kids are disadvantaged. And then you've got Randi Weingarten writing a tweet that she can't even be coherent in.
Right. I mean, you'd think somebody who couldn't even spell words correctly shouldn't have anything to do with American education, yet frighteningly, she has influence over hundreds of millions of dollars going to influencing elections, influencing American education. I think, frankly, she's the best advertisement than any of us have for school choice. There is a reason that millions of families have fled the public school system, and frankly, the reason that hundreds of thousands of people have moved to the state of Florida over the past several years because of policies like this.
We know so many that have moved specifically here from New York to California, and education has been a huge issue for them, and that's why they've gone. Speaking of that, Ron DeSantis commenting on what he's focused on in his state. Listen.
We've done things like ban critical race theory in our K-12 schools. And now with our public universities, we are eliminating these DEI programs, which are basically ideological indoctrination. They are racially discriminatory, and it's spread like wildfire throughout almost every college in the United States. We don't need to be injecting concepts like gender ideology into the schools, particularly the young kids.
Nicole?
We send our kids to school to learn reading, writing, and arithmetic. Ron DeSantis is getting schools back to that, and I think families in Florida are grateful, and families around the rest of the country are jealous, quite honestly.
I think you're right. Nicole Neily, we are out of time, but it's always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for breaking that all down for us.
Thank you.